Hey guys, welcome back. How's it going? We are not going to use the Hocus Pocus deck tonight. I don't really like the way they don't use the cups and the pentacles and the traditional tarot suits that I'm used to. So we're going to kind of give that a break for a little bit to like get a little more familiar with it. What we're going to do tonight, we're actually going to start off with an oracle card, because I know that the universe has our back. And this is the oracle card we're going to start with, right? So it is the universe has your back. And I want to know, after yesterday, we had kind of a shitty reading. I'm not going to lie. Like, it was shitty. It sucks. It sucks to look in the mirror and see your faults, right? It sucks to look in to your own house and find it, isn't as perfect as we wanted it to be. But you know what? Here's the best part, guys. Nobody's perfect. Nothing's perfect. We strive for it. We reach for it every day, but we're never going to get there. I mean, just know that. It's impossible, right? We live in a world of duality, and perfection is just not something that we're going to see in the 3D. And that's okay, because that's what we came here for. We came here to understand what imperfection is. And you can't know good until you know what bad is, right? You can't know light until you know dark. So I'm going to ask God, Spirit, Source, Creator, how is it in this fucked up world that we decided to come to learn some lessons? How do you have our back right now? Some of us have found ourselves in situations that just seem to keep repeating, and we're not getting it. Okay, we're not getting it for whatever reason. How are you navigating this? How do you have our back? I want to know how the universe has our back, because I know it does. It doesn't always feel like it, right? It's kind of like, I don't know if you have kids, but if you do, like when they're 2, they have no idea when you pick them up off the couch, when they're standing on the back of the couch getting ready to jump like Superman. They have no idea that you have their back, right? I'm the dreamer of my dream. Interesting. That's what you don't see coming. That's what you don't understand. You are creating this. You manifested this. We're going to get deeper into that, but this is what it is we're not understanding, okay? And that was from the bottom of the deck, and the bottom of the deck is things that we don't see coming or things we don't understand. What jumped out for me was, through prayer and meditation, I create a ripple effect of peace in the world. Guys, when you breathe, when you calm down, when you pray, when you meditate, whatever word you want to use for whatever it is, when you quiet your mind, that literally is like dropping a stone in water. The ripple effect of that goes on so far that you don't even know who you've affected, right? Watch that movie, The Butterfly Effect. How many times did Ashton Kutcher go back to try to help, what's her name? Kylie. To live her best life. And what happened at the end, guys? He had to just not interfere, right? Every time he tried to create a specific outcome, he'd screw something else up because he was attached to that outcome. Interesting. Attack, pain, fear, judgment, and any form of separation are merely calls for help. Wow. Wow, guys. That is something I've been thinking a lot about lately. So I have a really good friend of mine, and she's really going through it. And the question to me is always, how do I find myself here? How do I keep getting here? Why does this keep happening to me? And if you saw my reading last night, then the short answer is, oh, hang on, guys. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, we are back. Sorry about that. So, where were we? Attack, pain, fear, judgment. Any form of separation are merely calls for help. So, At first, this makes me think that the person who hurt you and judged you and left you is not well, right? They're calling for help. They're looking for their own self-love. But what if we flip that around? What if we flip that around to mean that you have been attacked, that you are in pain, that you're in fear of judgment, that you're judging yourself, and that all of this separation is simply your higher self calling for you to love yourself. Through prayer and meditation, you create a ripple effect of peace in the world. Guys, reflect. Reflect and know that you're creating this. You're creating it with every thought that you have, with every, what is the word I'm looking for? It's when you jokingly talk about yourself, like, oh my God, I'm such a jerk, blah, blah, blah. The universe doesn't understand joking or negatives, right? Or you tell yourself, don't be a jerk, don't be an asshole. What does the universe hear? It doesn't hear negatives. Be very mindful with the words that you speak about yourself, because you will manifest. You will dream whatever it is that you're saying. Be very careful with that. You know, it took me a long time to understand that you can't speak badly of yourself, even in jest. You just can't. Because your subconscious will hear it. And your subconscious will align you to those things. Have you ever heard of the reticular activating system? It's RAS. Look it up on Google. I think it was Mel Robbins that put a video out there, and she talks about the red Acura syndrome, right? So the bottom line of this whole thing is your brain is wired to let in certain things, right? Like we have this whole world of all of this data, if you will. And it comes in and there's like a filter, like a firewall, right? And your brain says, okay, blue Honda, yeah, I don't want that. A white Audi, don't want that. A red truck, don't want that. Oh, there's the red Acura. Yep, that's what I want. So every time you see a red Acura, it lets it in. So it seems like when you decide you want that red Acura, you see those red Acuras everywhere, right? It's called the reticular activation system. I think it's something like that. Anyway, it is a phenomenon of your brain that is scientifically proven. This is not woo-woo tarot bullshit, guys. Not that tarot's bullshit, don't get me wrong. This is scientific, psychological. Your brain will only let in those things that which you give focus to. If you are focusing on making fun of yourself, if you're focusing on calling yourself names, calling yourself negative things, I'm an asshole, whatever, that's what the universe is going to let in. That's what your brain's going to let in. We don't want to do that. We want to think positive. I know, I sound like Tony Robbins or some shit. Anyway, this is what the universe wants you to know. This is how the universe has your back. What you dream, it will deliver. Okay? Prayer, meditation, ripple effect in your world. You create your world, guys. You create your world. You can see your situation as, poor me, I'm a victim. Or you can see your world as, yes, this happened, but what can I learn so I don't do it again? You want to graduate, or you want to keep repeating cycles over and over and over and over again? This attack, this pain, this fear, this judgment, it is literally you asking you for help. Remember that. I am going to use the Villains deck, Disney Villains Tarot deck, because that's what I seem to have in my life lately, is a bunch of villains. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like our relationships, our business partnerships, family members, whatever you want, insert whatever relationship type you want. But our relationships are what teach us. And sometimes the universe puts villains in our path so that we can learn what Prince Charming truly is. How would you know Prince Charming if you didn't know the villain first? 10 of Wands. Look at that. Is that, I think that's the witch that had the poison apple for Snow White. Either way, 10 of Wands. 10s are when you have gone too far. 9s are the end. So 9 of Wands would be the end of whatever, of the destruction and creation of this relationship, this cycle. But we're at the 10 of Wands. Look at what she's carrying. And look how sinister. Look how sinister she looks. My God. She's like, yeah, I'm just going to keep taking and taking and taking it while you're letting me take it. I mean, guys, we're overgivers. That's what we do. Codependent, overgivers. We're taught that, right? We're taught that when we grow up because we're taught that everything is our fault. We're the scapegoats. And with that comes a conditioning that teaches us that everything is always our fault. And your brain literally gets addicted to that. It's actually kind of creepy if you think about it. It's villainous. We're going to read the 10 of Wands. With success comes responsibility. If you're feeling burdened or overwhelmed by a new role, remember that even the greatest villains have henchmen that help them carry through their plans. It's time to take some pressure off yourself by assigning some of the workload to others. Okay, so it's time to delegate. Okay, it's time to delegate. It's time to make others give to themselves, right? We can't be the only ones ever giving to a relationship. It can't be just us. Otherwise, you get burdened. You get burdened and then you get resentful. Let me tell you something about resentment. You know where resentment comes from? A lack of boundaries. When you say yes and you want to say no, you will create resentment. Don't do that. Then we got 2 coins. 2 pentacles. Balance. Look at that balance. Give and take. Look how happy he looks. Well, he kind of looks stoned, I'm not going to lie. And he's got a red coat. But it almost looks like an 8. Can you see the 8 in there? I'm going to set that aside for now. Can you see the 8 here? You know what 8 is? 8 is personal power. 2 of Coins is a balance of energies. Guys, you can't be the only one giving. You have to make sure that you are receiving as much as you give. And it might not be the same every day. It might not be the same every minute. Maybe you give 60% today and they give 60% tomorrow or this week or next week or whatever. It's got to balance out over time, guys, in order to get this dreamy look, right? Let's just read the 2 of Coins just in case I'm wrong. I don't think I am, but, you know, just in case. It's been known to happen. Not very often, but it does. It does. If I could learn to count, that would be even better. 2 of Coins. 2 of Coins represents the balance between work and home. It can be tough to manage responsibilities while still making time for the things that people mean the most to you. This tarot card serves as a reminder of the importance of maintaining a healthy balance. So yeah, the healthy balance in the relationship. This talks about, you know, work and home life balance. And maybe that's what it means. Maybe you're spending too much time at work, not enough time at home. Maybe you're spending too much time working on, I don't know, whatever, and not enough time on yourself. Make sure you guys have that balance everywhere, right? Your proper self-care, proper balance in your relationships. They're giving as much as they're taking, right? Because that's and you're taking as much as you're giving, which is hard. That is the hardest thing for being in our position, right? Is receiving that. We've spent our whole lives, especially those of you who are single moms like I was, you spend how many years making sure everyone around you is okay, Who took care of you? And now that you're burnt out and your kids are adults and they're still sucking the life out of you, like, which is possible. I'm not saying everybody's is, but, some of them are. You're still giving and giving and giving and giving. It's time to receive. It's time to step back. It's time to let people take care of themselves. Balance it out. Balance it out. Queen of Swords. Let me tell you about the Queen of Swords. I love the Queen of Swords because she's a bad bitch. This is boundaries on steroids. This bitch does not care. She says no. Oh, poor me. I'm sleeping on the streets. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. Well, you know what? That was your choice. Queen of Swords. She doesn't pull punches, right? She tells it like it is. She sets her boundaries. You cross her boundaries and she's done. There's no second chances. No second chances when it comes to the Queen of Swords. None. Page, Knight. No. Queen, there we go. Queen of Swords, intelligent, independent, self-assured. Like Lady Tremaine, she's a clever, composed person who shouldn't be underestimated. This tarot card reminds you to trust yourself. You're more capable than you give yourself credit for. Ladies. Ladies. Know your worth. Know your worth. She knows her worth. She knows her worth. Let's get some advice. You know what? We're going to go light seers tonight. Let's get some light seers. How can we see the light? What advice do we have for the collective? I saw it. 4 cups in reverse. So 4 cups in the upright. She looks miserable, doesn't she? She's like, man, I got all these cups. What the frick? None of them are full. Is anything ever going to go right for me? Blah, blah, blah. But we have her in the reverse. She's not looking at being, I don't want to say left out, but it's, it's like she missed an opportunity, right? In the reverse, she feels she's got a new outlook. She's got a new direction. She's not going the way she went because it was going nowhere. Right? Her pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, she's not even looking at it. Look at that. She's like, what the frig? She's trying to reach for it, but she's not looking at it. But now you are. Now you are. Embrace the new opportunities, guys. There's new opportunities coming in. Embrace them, but pay attention to the red flags. And we have Queen of Wands. This is creativity at its best. Look at her. She's like, I got this. I got this. There's no telling me I can't do something because I can do whatever the heck I dream about. Queen of Wands. Yep, I'm cheating, guys, over here. Feisty, confident, self-assured. Yeah, that's you. Do it. You know what's going to bring you? It will bring you an abundance of happiness. Look at this. Look at this. 10 of Pentacles. It doesn't get any better. It's actually, I'm feeling inheritance. I'm feeling old family money type thing coming in. If something was, I got a weird energy on this, guys. Something that was taken away from you is going to be returned. Or you weren't ready to receive it. You needed the opportunity to present itself. And you needed to have confidence in yourself for this to come through. It wasn't that it was taken. It wasn't that it was lost. It was being held until you were ready. And you're going to be ready. 8 of Swords. Do not overthink it. Don't overthink it. This is the baby devil card. This is her refusing to look. Look at that. She refuses to look to see what's all around her. She's protected. All these swords around her, they're protecting her. She sees them as a cage, and they're not. They're protection. It's all in your point of view, guys. It's all in your point of view. You know, you have a bird in a cage and you put it in there to protect it so it doesn't fly away, right? And your intention putting it in the cage is to protect it. But the bird doesn't see it that way. The bird thinks it's in fucking prison. Or it can say, my owner loved me enough to protect me. That's what this is. Change your perspective. Change your perspective. Let's get a healing card to finish off the reading because I'm tired and it's late. What's our healing message tonight? What is the healing message for all of this? We're right there. Right there. Like it's the last piece of the puzzle. It's the last move on the chessboard before you catch a checkmate. I heard something today interesting, guys, when it comes I just think about chess and checkers. A normal person plays chess. That's too many. A narcissist or a toxic person plays checkers. Because the person playing chess thinks, how many moves ahead? When you play checkers, you're only thinking one move ahead. They always mess up, guys. They always mess up. Pay attention to it. Pay attention to it. You'll see them. You'll see. Alrighty. Every time you think of me, it's because I'm thinking of you first. All right, guys. So once you learn your lesson, let it go. Quit thinking about it. Don't draw it in again. Learn your lesson, put it to rest, and move on. Because if you keep thinking about it, then you're going to actually create energy in the etheric cord that is between the two of you. When somebody thinks of you, they send out energy. And then you'll feel it and you'll think of them and you send it back and it strengthens, right? It goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And it strengthens. The only way to break that cord, and there's all these cord cutting ceremonies and all this woo-woo stuff you could do. But what it comes down to is stop giving it energy. How are you giving it energy? You're ruminating on it. Let that shit go. Dream a new dream. Dream a new dream and focus on that. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. I love you so, so much. All my details are in the description box below. If you want a personal reading, I certainly can do that. Doesn't need to be done in person. It can be done over the phone. It can be done without you even there. Send me a question, whatnot. Anyway, details below. I'm not one to advertise, but I don't know why I felt like doing that tonight. Very strange. I guess I'm dreaming my dream. Anyway, guys, I love you so, so much. Lots of love and light to you, and be well. Love and light.